What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a while since I put another video out, but I've been super busy, as you can see, doing a bunch of crazy sheet metal work. This is all the finishing touches right before I'm getting ready to take it apart for paint. So this video is all bead rolling, metal break, all the cool decorative sheet metal that I did in the hood, and I'll show you that. Underneath, I built a really cool lower grill. Before I kind of had I just put this piece right here over the intercooler. You saw the video before. My buddies always joked around that it looked like a cheese grater. And it didn't really go with the truck, and I agree. But I was in love with it for, I don't know, maybe a week or so. But I just left it on there because I never had time to change it. So I think this looks a little bit better. Kind of gives it that cool little attitude underneath, and it's not just a square boxy thing. But yeah, so today's video is gonna be pretty cool. Just all the sheet metal work. I got a quick little minute video about TIG welding. If any of you guys are interested in TIG welding, especially aluminum, some of the things you can do to kind of, make your beads lay out a little bit nicer, stuff like that. So I don't claim to be the best at what I do, but I make a living at it, and I think I'm pretty good. So it's I guess that's half the battle anyways. But yeah, so any questions, you guys can still hit me up on Instagram. I know a bunch of you guys have. It's Paul Iaquinta, hashtag, or at Paul Iaquinta. I'm still new to all this, so PAULIAQUINTA. I'll put that down in the little link. But yeah, I appreciate all the new subscribers, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the comments on everything. And let me turn this thing around and I'll show you what I've done this past couple weeks. All right, so looking at the truck, how's that? Looks so much better, right? Can't even tell that the intercooler is right there, huh? But such a pain in the butt. I was contemplating on whether or not keeping those little lines in between and breaking it up. In all honesty, I didn't want to break it up because I would have had to, I had to make 3 separate brackets for the grill. I kind of wanted to keep it one whole piece because there's dividing lines in there, but I think it looks a little nicer this way. It's a little more work, but yeah, so it's going with it. The only thing I don't have on the front is the little pockets for the headlights. So, but yeah, check this out. Look at underneath. So much cleaner. All the surface rust I'm not too worried about. In my next video for paint, I'll show you guys how to neutralize all that and everything. So, but now spending the $600–700 for the billet hinges makes sense because everything just looks so cool and clean in here. I did a roll right here to actually, for the pocket, for the hinges. This is my recovery tank that I made for the intercooler. So it's pretty cool. It has a contour to the wheel well. I did all these little finishing screws. So I did the threaded rivets in the panels, and everything fits really tight. How I rolled it down underneath, kind of cut it around for the radiator line. And then this piece right here had several breaks, one here, one here, one here, and then I rolled it. And then after everything, I incorporated the radiator mounts. So I need to make better holes right here. I was just in a hurry and I was being lazy, and I just kind of hogged it out a little bit, but I need to actually finish that. But yeah, so this is underneath right now. The only thing I'm thinking about doing, I got all the bead rolls on the top, then a couple down underneath. Got 2 up in the front. And I'm thinking about, in the last second, putting some up here. And you can see the hood over here, how I had to cut and weld it and, fit it. This is just seam sealer, so it looks kind of ugly, but thinking about making 3 separate panels that are all bead rolled, make them out of aluminum so it's a little bit lighter, and then just maybe weld a tab here and then just mount them in that way. But yeah, and you can see the tolerances on it, super tight. That might be a little too tight right there, but we'll see. Got the coil pack covers on it, so the motor looks super clean. After I did the bead roll, then I put a little shape in it just to kind of bend it down, and I made sure everything landed so you can still have access to all the components of the motor. So I got mounted it into the fender. These are all the little rivets in here, and then these are just self-threaded screws. These are little finishing rivets, or not rivets, washers. I think it looks kind of clean once everything's all painted. And then I have a couple, maybe see it right in there. I got a couple of braces that go to the wheel well. There's the bolt for it, kind of hold it support there. So it's bolted all along the fender and then up into the core support. So the core support, this one's super cool. A little wider right in here. you know, I kind of just basically covered the top of the core support, but I put a kind of a softer bend right here instead of just straight down. And in doing that, I had to clearance the hood a little bit. But yeah, so the next video, like I said, when I take all this apart for paint, I'll show you guys the chemical that I have for from PPG to actually neutralize all the rust, so you don't have to actually send it to sandblast. It's a pretty cool process. It's a pain in the butt, but it works really well. So, but yeah, so the rest of the vehicle, I got the interior bed panels done, and those are going to get wrapped with leather, and the wheel wells are going to get wrapped with leather. So getting all these done, and then of course on this side, I had to make this little box because, as you know, on the Blazers, they have the little gas neck. So what I did is I sunk that whole neck assembly back down into it so I can have my little gas door right here. So yeah, it's definitely a little rough, that's for sure. But I'm gonna get that cleaned up too. But yeah, so it's getting ready to go to upholster in like another week or so. Thinking about putting the speakers back here, you know, kind of like that. I got an amp that's gonna get mounted. I have the docking station that I made in the dash. It's gonna have like touchscreen navigation, backup camera, all that. And then of course all the Dynamat. Still have a little bit more. And that's my cage. I built that a long time ago. So more decorative than anything, you know, but just something kind of cool. But yeah, so this is it right now. This is everything that I've been doing. I think the hood looks pretty cool. Definitely a little different than what's out there. Kind of see it. But yeah, there you go. So anyways, I'll throw some pictures up. And if you guys like the video, definitely hit like, subscribe. If you haven't already, tell your friends about it. And then I still hold true to what I said when I first started this thing. You know, once I get 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away a paint job. Or if you guys don't want a paint job and you want like some custom sheet metal work, I'll figure out like the dollar amount, and we can actually, you know, just put a figure on, hey, do you want this, you want that? But you know, I'm still holding true to that. Like, if this whole YouTube channel eventually does take off, I'm not a greedy guy, you know. So if I start, you know, monetizing the channel and making a couple bucks off it, I got no problem giving it back because you guys would be the reason. So anyways, let me throw you all the pictures up and kind of show like the process of everything that I did. Look at this mess over here. All this is black is just metal shavings, and there's part of the grill, you know, that I had to chop up and stuff like that. But yeah, so here's the video, and hope you guys liked it. Thank you. All right, so here's what it looks like without all the sheet metal. Got the coil pack covers, so a little decorative piece. See the difference? I don't have this side on, so obviously you see the coil packs. This is the reservoir that I made from for the intercooler. It's basically, the intercooler has its own water system. So, intercooler. That's the intercooler. That's the whipple charger. Ugh, Cars 101 here. So it basically needs its own system like a radiator, and that's what that is. So the lines come through here, they get pumped around into the back of the whipple, from the whipple to the recovery tank. It goes in down there to the intercooler. So it's a whole separate system. It was a big pain in the butt. And if you see on my other videos, I actually made this like a contour. I did a break right here, but it actually contours the wheel well. Can't really see underneath, but it like dips down underneath right here. But yeah, so anyways, let's see this thing. Got everything over here. Yeah, and all the sheet metal I made is right here. So those are the two wheel well covers, that one and that one, and then that's the cover for the core support and the radiator and stuff. Super humid over here, so this is what happens to bare metal. But in my video, when I get ready to paint and I get done with all the fab, I'll show you the products that I use to actually remove surface rust instead of sandblasting it, because you know, those sandblasters, they love to just stay in one spot forever and warp everything, you know. But yeah, so anyways, this is a little bit of the video of it running. I'll get it all put back together, and then I'll show you all the sheet metal on it. So this is just a quick little aluminum tip, aluminum welding. So you got your new little rods, they're all enclosed. So aluminum is a very finicky little beast. So you pull your rod out, think you're ready to go, right? Let's check this out. I'm gonna put a little lacquer on here. See that? Now watch. Look at that. Yeah, and you're wondering, if you do aluminum weld and you don't clean the rods off out of there, that's why. That's just from the packaging and stuff like that. And that little bit right there on aluminum, when you're trying to TIG weld, it'll just play havoc with your whole day. So always a good idea to clean everything up, if you do that, before you weld every little piece of aluminum. There you go.